Welcome to my world, everyone. This is Like It or Not with Michael Lane. Michael Lane is who I be. Take off my joint, man. I had to run out of here. Everything's alright. Everything's good in the hood dungeon. And, you know, I got things set up where if somebody try to find out where I'm at, break in or whatever, I got it covered. So, I didn't have to run or anything. I just had to go grab my trusty little friend, see what's up. And so everything is good. Everything is clear. I had to wait for a while, chill out, look, see what's going down. So in case I had to take care of my business. But everything is good. So it's all good, man. This is Like It or Not with Michael Lane, and Michael Lane is who I be. And thank you all for joining me, Like It or Not Mike. You can also catch me on Like It or Not Politics 1 on YouTube, alright? Like It or Not Politics 1. That's all one word. You find me, like it, subscribe, tell your friends about me, alright? Check it out, man. I'm going to get away from a lot of things, with the politics and everything, because it's crazy, man. It's a crazy world we're living in. But I also want to talk about other things. Check it out. I had a friend who was talking to me, and they were saying, hey man, my girl went out and she basically cheated on me. I was wondering because she wouldn't talk to me. I was wondering what was up. She wouldn't talk to me much. If we did talk, she started an argument. I didn't know what was going on, man. So when I came back home from work, I looked by my phone, and I looked and I picked it up, and it was some kind of a phone number. She must have left it there without really thinking. So I called there, and I called the phone and the phone number, and a dude answered, and I said, hey, this is this girl's brother. I ain't gonna say the real name, but this is so and so's brother. Can I holler at her? And he said, oh, cool, all right, here you go. Gave her the phone. He's like, what are you doing there? Who is this dude? Who is this dude's crib? So, it went down. She came back, told him, hey, we cheated and everything. I cheated and everything, all that. So, his bottom line was this. He said, you know what? I just decided to, after a while, I thought about it, and I said, hey, look, we got to stay together and everything, so I forgave her. So we're cool. We're together again. So I want to kind of talk to people real quick because that inspired me. And what inspired me was that this dude did not know what forgiveness meant. A lot of people don't know what it means to forgive. So I'm going to quickly go over what it means to forgive. The real meaning of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not reconciliation, okay? What he did, he reconciled with her, and they made up and they got back together. That's totally different from forgiving the person. You don't have to get back with the person to forgive. There's a lot of people that are putting that out there, especially on lamestream television, daytime, lame time television, saying that the definition of forgiveness is reconciliation. Those are two different things. Just like forgive is forgetting. No, that's two different things. That's why they say forgiveness and forgetfulness. When you forgive and forget, those are two separate things. Forgetting is just throwing it out of my mind like it didn't happen. Forgiveness is a process. The process is this. When you forgive, or in the process of forgiving, you have to realize that you have to come to terms with that it did happen, number one, and that there's nothing that you can do to change it. That's why it is so important to forgive. That is why the Bible says you must forgive. The reason why it says you must forgive is because if you don't forgive, it hurts you and not the person that did that, whatever they did to you. Whether it's a friend, a loved one, family, doesn't matter. So it hurts you. It stresses you out. It's like if a person that did something to you walks in the room and you look and you say, "Oh, I can't stand to look at this person. Oh, I got to get out of here." It's so much stress on you. You can't live your life because you're caught up into what happened. Now, it doesn't happen immediately. It never happens immediately. It depends on the severity, of course, but it never happens immediately. It's a process. You have to go through stuff. You have to just go through the process of calming down, of reasoning, and of chilling out. Now, you can forgive that person and never become their friend again. You can forgive that person and still divorce that woman. You can forgive that person and never really hang out. But you can look at them and say, once you forgive them, you'll feel better about yourself. And you can look at them and say, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on?" You can have a conversation with them, and cool, you're good. Sometimes it can draw you to reconcile with that person, which is another step. Not forgiveness, but it just moves you to the field of reconciliation. If you don't reconcile a friendship, if you don't reconcile a marriage, if it doesn't work, then that's fine. You still forgive them. It's a personal thing. Forgiveness is about you. That's why if I screw up and I hurt somebody's feelings, I will not ask them to forgive me. I will apologize and I will say, if you find it in your heart to forgive me, that's fine. But all I can do is say I'm sorry. I will never ask anybody for forgiveness because forgiveness is a personal thing. You may never forgive me, but that's on you. That will hurt you. That won't bother me because I'm still living my life. You can be stressed out, having heart attacks and all that stuff because of what I did to you, but I'm fine. That's why it's important to forgive. Forgive. Forgive does not mean to get back with that person. That's why people have a hard time to forgive. Because they say, "I can't forgive that person," because they think forgiving means to make everything like it used to be and pretend nothing happened. That's BS. That's a total different thing. Don't listen to people. That's why it's important to forgive. Forgiveness is better for you. It is a personal thing where you can move up and move on and not let that person or that incident affect your life. Because that makes you bigger than the situation. That makes you bigger than what happened. And that makes you a better person. And that makes you may still look at that person like, "I never forget what you done to me, but I'm good." You can forgive and still never forget. You can forgive and still never reconcile. But when you see that person, you will not become stressed out. You will not wake up waiting to hate that person. You will not wake up miserable about what happened in that incident. That incident can be out of your mind. Whatever, it happened, I forgive him or I forgive her, and we can move on. It's about moving on. Because you can't move on if you don't forgive. And if you say that you forgive that person and you haven't moved on, you haven't forgiven that person. And again, I cannot say it enough, especially to the brother. You didn't have to get back with her. Even though I'm glad you did, I wish you two the best. I really do. But forgiveness is not getting back with her. Forgiveness is recognizing the incident, realizing that it happened, and realizing that there's nothing you can do to change it, and accept that it happened. It's an acceptance. It happened, and I can move on. And it is a process. So if you haven't forgiven anyone, you may not see, you may not see them. It may have happened 20, 25 years ago. And they may not even be here on this earth. But if you haven't forgiven them, you can forgive them. You still can forgive them. And believe me, the weight, the stress, the anger, the frustration, everything will lift. If it doesn't lift, that's not true forgiveness. Forgiveness benefits you. Reconciliation benefits you and everybody else. Reconciliation may not benefit you in some cases, but forgiveness always will benefit you. That's the real meaning of forgiveness. So forgive someone. Take the time to forgive them. Let the process take its course and forgive, because it only helps you. And I hope I helped you. I love you all, like it or not.